Boardwatch, bring yourself online. I'm Brian.
Jessica.
Jonathan.
Ben.
And we're back for Westworld, episode 6. So...
Hasn't been too long since you watched
it hasn't been like a month at this point. It's only been like a week.
We're doing our
and I think we're doing 2, right?
2 episodes.
We're going back to back.
Yeah, so we'll all be wearing the same clothes for episodes 6 and 7.
Yeah.
If people pay attention to that.
Yeah.
Everyone pays attention.
Everyone pays attention, yes. So, last time I was a little bit under the weather, so like we were kind of like talking in circles, and I feel a lot better now. I feel like the discussion will, well, depending on what happens in the episode, I feel like the discussion could be a little bit better this time. I'm more awake. I'm ready for this. So.
I think you're being a little hard on yourself.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah.
You were just slightly quiet. It wasn't like a disaster.
Yeah, okay. We'll see when it gets to the editing floor. Anyway, anything you want to say before getting right into episode 6?
Shinigami.
Oh my god.
She just watched Death Note.
No, I love it.
All right. Yeah.
I think we're ready.
Yeah.
Let's get into it.
Such a big man. So big where the separate comes.
It didn't deter him at all.
Darling, when I gave you the $10 house, I thought you might need something better.
Oh my god.
That's it. Don't be shy.
She wants to die.
We'd need the exact time that he was up there and his geocache was wiped.
Not all of it. Our friend was an early model. The old hosts used a legacy geopositioning system. Like you said, I've been here forever. The information's still there, but the newer system can't read it.
Meaning we can't access it?
Meaning, in order to access it, I'm going to need to go downstairs and look for anomalies. Start in this area. Look at that. Science. What time did it reach the peak?
Ooh, 5 more. There's that maze again. I don't think he really knows about this.
I think he does. I think he doesn't know why the hosts do.
Right, it's not popping up.
Because
the way
Ed
he
Harris
wants to.
asked him, like, are you going to give me an adversary that'll stop me from finding the man?
Oh, he knows about the maze. I don't think he knows about the clues in the park.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Clues that might have been left by Arnold.
Yes.
The maze itself is the sum of a man's life. Choices he makes, dreams he hangs on to. And there at the center, there's a legendary man who's been killed over and over again, countless times. Always clawed his way back to life.
Teddy.
And returned for the last time and vanquished all his oppressors and the tire of his fury. Built a house. Around that house, he built a maze so complicated only he could navigate through it. I reckon he'd seen enough of fighting.
I've run a brothel for 10 years, and if there's one thing I know, it's when I'm being fucked with. This can't possibly.
I feel like he wants to jump her bones.
Can't. I can't.
The way he's looking at her. In some moments. Uh-oh.
That's gonna cost thousands of dollars to fix, buddy.
You in trouble now? What did you do? Improvisation. Is she gonna wake herself up again?
This is different.
Yeah.
Although, can you imagine? He's like, she's not doing anything. It's like, yeah, she's in sleep mode. No!
No, I've been fucking with Seth.
Everyone has something they want. I could help you. Or I could gut you like a trout. But I won't need to resort to that. Because despite what's in here, we're not so different. Are we?
I love her. She's creeping up into my top characters.
She's so good at everything.
She's my favorite.
Flood? Fuck me, it's Teddy Flood. You made a mistake, soldier. But it's not too late for you to keep walking. All due respect, sir. That's a face I'll never forget. That's a sumbitch ambushed our outpost at Escalante. You know a damn thing about what went down at Escalante. I know White didn't kill all those men by himself. I know a thing or two about what's going down right now. Get yourself killed, make a piece of past indiscretions. Go!
The favorite narrative is the final burial of salvation.
How did you know?
It's my business to read desires and to satiate them. And Lee Sizemore had a narrative.
All these fantasies come from your twisted little mind.
So tell me.
Oh, I would not go for him.
What's your favorite ride?
Well, I write them.
She might just
I
be
don't play
curious.
them.
Oh, you want others to indulge, but you won't do so yourself? You're afraid to lose control.
There's the house.
Hey, buddy.
Is this the maze?
Nah.
They said he built it around the house. Maybe this is just Ford's home. The little boy! I knew he was important.
Fuck?
I told you he was
Little
important.
boy with the snake. Well, reporting the snake.
Are you Arnold? Who's Arnold? And who the hell are you? Boy, is this some friend of yours? But you're trespassing. Freeze motor functions.
Daddy!
Freeze all motor functions.
Don't hurt him! He's just lost.
Well, he can be lost on someone else's property, can't he?
That's enough. As you were.
Arnold built them as a gift. He said the great artists always hid themselves in their work. Of course, Arnold's versions flattered the originals. I made some adjustments over the years. Gave my father in particular a few of his original characteristics.
Respectfully, sir, this sort of thing troubles me. Unmonitored hosts in the park.
There we go. I've let them. They're quite harmless. Like all the hosts. I'm sure you can indulge me in a little connection with my past. You could only see us on game for now. Would you want it?
I think you should be getting that.
Yes. Talk about this later if you like.
Fuck this stupid fucking map! Fuck that teetotaling Danish bitch!
It's really yellow piss.
Yeah, he needs to drink more water.
His piss would not be that yellow if he's been drinking all day.
This park is my stage, and I shall do with it what I please.
Well, I suppose now is as good a time as any. Lee Sizemore, this is Charlotte Hale, Executive Director of our board.
Oh,
She's
fuck!
here on behalf of Delos to oversee certain transitions in our administration. We've met.
I love that part.
I'm the first generation host starter.
I legitimately didn't think we were gonna see Teddy be badass.
Like he's gonna die. Yeah. Use that gallon gun. He shot his way out, man.
Don't lose too much sleep over it, Daddy.
Right.
Not now, Elsie.
Don't hang on. I hit pay dirt. I found the person who was smuggling out our data. It was Teresa Bernard.
I told you.
But she's not our only problem. There's something much bigger going on here.
I'm gonna have to call you back.
Bulk apperception.
Basically, overall intelligence.
14.
14's as high as they'll let any host go. You're in a management position, they want you to be smart.
But not too smart.
You run a whorehouse, not an orbital launch facility.
Fuck
Fine.
off. She's the smartest character on
I'd
the
like
show.
to make some changes.
Some of these changes are to their prime directives, Bernard. They could lie to us. Maybe even hurt us or the guests.
Who issued the modifications?
I don't know. The best I could tell, Arnold.
He's dead.
Yeah, well, he's a pretty fucking prolific coder for a dead guy. Whatever argument he was having with Ford, it doesn't seem like he was done making his point. I'm gonna transfer all the data and bring it to you. You need to see this.
I'll be in my office.
Okay.
Be careful.
Someone told me to put it out of its misery.
Who told you?
A voice.
Whose voice?
Arnold. He told me it was a killer. It wasn't its fault. It was made that way. And I could help it.
Help it?
If it was dead, it couldn't hurt anything anymore.
Oh, shit.
Elsie, you gotta get the fuck out.
I know, I feel like somebody's watching her. Get out of there.
A+ set
Hello?
design.
Why would you call out?
She heard something?
Honestly, I do the same shit.
No, but if you're
Bernard?
doing something secretive,
She
I would
thinks
hide.
it's Bernard. Hello? Yeah, what if it's a host or something?
Arnold?
Is it Ghostface?
Well, she's not dead.
Oh, no.
You're right. Some of the attributes have already been changed. Paranoia, self-preservation.
Fuck! Someone's already been altering her in an unlocked session. Someone with a fuck ton more privileges than us.
Last but not least, what was it? Bulk apperception. Let's take that all the way to the top. Please.
If you don't take her all the way up, she'll know. Because she'll be smart enough to know. Or you could bring it all the way down and solve all of your problems.
He's not going to.
Other guy would have. If he was smart enough to think of it.
I love music.
Yeah. This is just the Matrix. They're just like patching in everything she needs.
Uh-huh. Oh, look how smart she is.
She's so smart it's causing her to
have an orgasm.
That's what it looks like.
She's got all the knowledge.
Dear boys, we're going to have some fun.
Braingasm.
Oh!
It's a good thing we're doing another after this, cause holy shit.
I know. Oh my god, I have so many questions and I should know so many things and oh my god.
So,
the adversary.
Oh, the adversary.
Yeah,
Yeah.
might be
Tomatoes,
regional.
mama.
Is it?
I don't know.
Or am I wrong?
I don't know. I say adversary, but
That's I've definitely heard that. Maybe I'm just having a reading comprehension. Maybe this is like when I thought it was like the Hunger Games but with people.
was so the weirdest assessment I've ever heard.
I don't even remember.
All right,
what I meant when I
did
said
take
that.
a lot of notes, so I'm gonna try I'm gonna try to steer chronologically through the episode.
Sweet.
So a nice little refresher was right in the beginning, the preview for the episode.
Yeah.
It was like a quote that Ed Harris said, you know, finally he introduced an adversary.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
The episode's called The Adversary, and the primary objective of the adversary was to stop Ed Harris from finding the center of the maze.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Which was like cut and dry. They just told you this is what, basically.
Yep.
Alright, moving on a little bit. It starts the episode with Maeve intentionally dying.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah.
I thought that was cool. She obviously has enough cognition where she can realize even in the park that she wants to go back into, and she knows how to do it.
She like walks on the beeline. It's like she doesn't do anything else. She's right to it. Sees the target.
She's forged a way for her to actually
To
maintain
remember.
all of her memories from previous loops.
Mm-hmm.
And she's also smart enough, in my opinion, to like do it the right way. She didn't go and like blow her brains out or anything.
Right.
She did something.
Well, because
that
she
was
knows that
gonna
that'll
be
damage
clean.
her body.
Yeah. She did something that was going to be like clean, and then continuing with Maeve, just a little bit, not skipping to the end, when she malfunctioned when he was showing her.
Yeah, what was that?
Pretty crazy.
That's basically what he's asking us.
I know, I don't know. I don't know what to think of it.
It reminded me of, I don't know how many of us have played Portal 2, but it reminded me of the effect of logical paradoxes in that game on computers, as it just breaks them. And that's like what was happening with Maeve here. Is like, it wasn't a logical paradox, but she was trying to analyze and predict and plan ahead, and the data she was being
Information
presented with
overload.
made that impossible.
Perhaps.
There was no way for her to rationalize it or like counter improvise around it, so she just stopped everything.
Yeah. Short circuit.
Yeah, needed like a defibrillator on the motherboard.
Yeah, that could be information too much, for her to handle, comprehend at the same time. I do have another theory that I'll throw out there. They said toward the end. I'm jumping a little bit further, but we're still.
Want to just wait? Want to just wait till we get to the end, Maeve? Because I do have.
Sure. I will wait.
I'm just gonna write here.
Sorry, I keep yawning.
Theory.
Edit out the yawns.
If I remember.
Yeah, you should remember. If it's theory now.
We'll see.
We'll see.
We'll see. My memory's not so great these days.
Moving on.
We are old.
We are old.
Ford, not
guys are
Ford.
so old.
I know.
Bernard. He has a little interaction with Elsie, and then he goes down to B83 in the old sector, then
Creepy.
finds the one anomaly, and then he finds 5 more anomalies. He goes and eventually investigates. Who are these anomalies?
Well, it said that they were Arnold put his personality into them. Like they said something about like great artists will always put a piece of themselves in their work, and those, it seems like that's kind of like Ford's last link to Arnold, as well as also
his own past,
as
just
well
as
as
like
his
his
own
family,
past,
right?
Yeah, that's his family.
It is his family.
That is his family.
Right.
That
Ford's
little boy
family
is Ford.
him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know that.
Yeah.
But like also Arnold was the one. Arnold
made
those
them as a
five.
gift
To
him,
Ford.
and then like Ford
And
said.
now I'm starting to think like maybe
Ford
it
has been
wasn't a
editing
gift.
them.
Right,
Ford has
maybe
been
it
editing
wasn't.
them to make them more realistic. Like you said, he's I made my father drink more.
Right.
More realistic.
Seems like Arnold built them specifically because he knew that Ford would never decommission them.
So the 5 anomalies were the father, the mother, Ford, Kid Ford,
the sister,
the brother.
And
It
the
was
dog.
a long-haired brother and
So
the dog.
yeah, what
The
a
dog.
Oh, was that a mother?
No, it's a long-haired
There's
brother.
father,
Oh,
mother,
there was
and
another
a brother,
brother?
and
Oh,
a
the
Ford,
brother,
and the
yeah.
dog.
Okay.
So is the
That was his
brother Arnold?
No,
No,
I don't think.
I don't
they
think
were
they were.
brothers.
I think they were
I think
just
that would
partners.
have come up.
It's a possibility, though.
It is.
I don't think he
they
is,
were brothers.
though. No.
So then, Maeve, after her malfunction, he gets her to boot back online, and almost immediately, like she doesn't even say, like he doesn't get a word, and he's like, oh, and she goes, what's upstairs?
Yeah. She's like, let's pick right back up.
And then she goes on the
Well,
tour.
maybe for her, no time passed.
That's true.
But this, you got to think too, is a continuation of kind of what just, in my opinion, of what just made her malfunction. You know what I mean? She's like it's like she's seeing that that she's kind of not in control, but now she's like seeing everything. It just like they're building everything, they're writing every single thing is just like not in her control, but she's just like.
Well, I think she was more prepared for it that time around because it had already been briefed to her a little bit.
Also,
well, no, but she still didn't believe it, and she's like, "I've been there for 10 years. I've been here for 10 years." It's like, yeah, you've only been there for a year, and then like the more like the cognitive dissonance, like she just kept on trying to fight it, and then she's like presented with this this information that's just like, holy crap.
And I mean, think about how
you're thinking about it the exact way I thought about it.
Yeah, think about it how our brains work too. Is like,
like
you can
said,
still
Matrix.
Whatever you perceive, you can filter through denial. But if you're looking at a pad that's saying what you're saying as you're saying it, there's no way to rationalize that. Whereas if you see something that renders your whole perception of the world false, like you actually can like just hold on to that and marinate it later.
And she's, I'll touch on this after. And they said that she was the highest bulk apperception. She was 14, the highest allowed.
Right.
So you got to think about it too. She can have her pride and everything, and be like, no, I've been this year there. I've been this for 10 years, you know. But eventually, like, in the theory of mistakes versus insanity, if you keep doing the same thing and expecting a different outcome, you're just going to be insane. But she's also smart enough to know that she's like not. She's like, it's just she realizes it already.
Yeah. But there's also a fine line between intelligence and insanity.
Yeah.
You know.
Granted, yeah.
So who knows? Maybe they upped it a little too much.
Yeah.
Maybe she's gonna go kind of crazy.
She's gonna go crazy.
Well, she's already going crazy.
Well, not really.
The last thing in this little section was her when she sees her dream on the big TV.
Yes.
Yeah. What do we think about that?
I think that jogged more of a recall of whatever that storyline was for her, a little bit.
It probably just strengthened her ability to
recall things. Yeah.
Well, I think the most important. Well, sorry, like we're still on the screen. Never mind. But like the fact that other people were changing her parameters rather than just those two.
That's
I was just gonna get to that part.
Yeah. Like that's kind of.
That was where my theory is.
Because I mean, we know that they bumped her aggression, but that's all that we heard about, and that was Elsie too, right?
And we actually saw them bump the aggression.
Yeah.
He said there was someone way above us.
The guy says, Julian, who's the Asian guy, he says there's been like unknown meetings where they've been tweaking you.
Is it Bernard?
And they didn't mention aggression. They mentioned a few other parameters. No, it's not Bernard.
No.
Bernard
he does that with Dolores, but I don't think
Bernard hasn't interacted with Maid at all that we've seen.
Yeah.
Not really. No.
All right, it's kind of.
So since my theory.
Oh yeah, your theory because we just got to.
Yes.
I wrote Maeve's mods.
So
Gary's mod.
Maybe with the information overload, perhaps somebody was messing with her then while she was talking.
At that exact point in time.
Yeah.
To prevent her. Oh, okay. Yeah.
And maybe they were modifying her while the guy was talking to her.
Maybe.
I don't know what the range on the tablets is.
I don't either, but that's just a out
there
theory.
Yeah, no, that's possible.
Has her body been checked for one of those tracking device things?
I don't think anyone else knows about it
It's
except
just Dolores and
Elsie and Bernard. I think they're the only people that know about it.
Dolores doesn't have one.
Dolores had like a string inside her, didn't she?
That was a dream.
That was like
that was a dream, right.
She might though.
A little bit of
oh my god, Dolores was not in this episode at all.
I was thinking that when you were saying that. I was
or Logan or Will.
If you want to be super technical,
she was.
She was in the moving picture thing, and they showed her riding a horse.
A little bit of comedic relief was putting Sizemore back in the episode.
Yes, he fucked up.
And also introducing a new character. It
Yeah.
was funny. Last episode, I was like, "What do you think? Do you think we're gonna like bring new people?"
Right,
you all were like, "No, we're too far into it," and I was just like,
"No more characters."
Sure. She is the executive of the board, executive director of the board. So she is like.
She's Teresa's boss.
Yeah, she's exactly. She's
well, not Ford's.
Teresa's boss.
But
so wait,
she can
how long has Sizemore been there?
Not too
long.
He said it took years to write that one. His opus.
He's definitely.
How does he not know who the executive is?
Most of the people there, at least I feel like in the creative positions, they're almost kind of like lifers. because the way like Elsie was talking about it was she's like, I'm gonna try to get a better room. Like they live there, all the time. That is their life.
Yeah. They live in the park or on.
So how does he not know
campus.
who the executive is?
Well, because the executive's not on site.
Yeah.
I don't think he has clearance to interact with any of those people.
Yeah.
Well, no, it's just like it's like a school board.
Do you know the
don't have the
executive of
school board
Buffalo?
at the
Well, yes, I do.
Now you do.
Shut the fuck up.
All right, so.
But like think about a school board. You don't have the school board on the school.
And he didn't know her
property
name. He never got her name.
because they have other projects too.
So
even if he knew her name,
he
he
never got her
got
name.
it.
Yeah, true.
So most people do know sometimes by the name,
But,
and then so he ends up pissing on the thing, and there she is, which I thought was kind of.
I thought that was fabulous.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, jeez.
As much as I said I hate him, and I think at one point I actually did wish death upon him.
Oh no, you did.
I remember because you were like, "What the fuck?" and I was like, "It's just what I'm feeling." But now I'm almost like, "Aw, if he gets fired, he won't be able to like be a dick and hilarious anymore." Like
I
love
kind of want them
laughing
to
at
keep
him.
him around because he's insane.
Because again, like as an actor, he's really good, and he's just fun to watch. He's fun to hate. He's kind of like Malfoy.
Another, or I'll talk about that after. Teddy.
Holy shit.
Yeah, what is going on with him?
Yeah.
Well, he's been adjusted by Ford.
Obviously.
Yeah.
We've never known him to prioritize his own life against anything else, though.
Yeah.
Hold on, maybe it's not Ford.
No, Ford changed. Like I thought it was part of Ford's.
Yes, but perhaps he's also being altered by this other person.
Oh, like the.
Yes,
she right.
Because he had this, and then all of a sudden, boom! This new memory came to him. Maybe he's being altered as well.
I thought that memory was part of what Ford gave him.
I think that was part of the backstory.
Yeah, that was part of part of the backstory that Ford gave him.
Because the other hosts were reacting to the backstory. They were calling him a traitor.
But his actions during that scene, though, could be altered.
His actions did seem very out of character.
Yeah. I'm like, ooh, look at him with that Gatling gun. Like, whoa.
Even Man in Black was like, I've known you for 30 years, and what the fuck was that?
Yeah.
Thing was coming to his chest, and just.
He's like, boom.
Boom.
It's like that
kind of a little thing that they slide in there that I don't know if you guys remember was the Greyhound story.
With the dog?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Remember he said like
that's right.
He was like I had a Greyhound.
Oh yes, and he's like, you don't know what a Greyhound is.
And he chased down a rabbit and killed it.
Yeah. And that's what the kid said.
Yeah.
You're right. But now the kid killed the dog, and he's like, why?
So
because the kid was saying
now that you like have seen that's Ford's family
and that's Ford.
Well, it's Ford.
Well,
like it's still
but it's supposed
do you
to be
think
him.
It's
do you
sort
think
of like
Ford
being
did
in
that?
Madame Tussauds. No, I don't think he did.
No, I don't think so because he seemed very shocked.
Yeah.
Not to mention, he didn't bring it up when he was talking to Old Bill last episode.
Yeah.
He said the saddest thing he'd ever seen was the dog killing the rabbit. He didn't go on to say like, and you know what makes that story even sadder?
I murdered my dog.
No, I think that was a really deliberate message from Arnold, being like killers should be killed.
He also figured out that
history.
they can lie.
Yes.
Without the information that Elsie would not have.
I was just gonna. The last thing I want to talk about was Elsie because there was a lot of like. It gradually got to where you were just like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's finally gotten to the point where, for the first time in the show, I'm starting to be more interested in what's happening outside the park than inside. It's getting into a lot of like espionage and conspiracy and conflict of interest and perhaps murderous intent.
Therese was the one that stole all the information.
Yeah, who is she contacting?
Yeah.
Now that must be why she's
more
stressed
powerful
out.
than we thought.
Yeah. That must be the extra
couple
stress that
episodes
caused her to
ago.
smoke.
Yeah, I think just last episode I was saying that
she was getting played by Ford with like the whole dinner thing.
Yeah, and I thought she just wanted to be like right under him in terms of chain of command, but it looks like she's got an end game that's private to her.
Well, even in episode 1 when she was talking to Sizemore, being like, "Oh, this is below your station. Let us do our things." Like you could already kind of see like a bit of a
I've
There was
always
always a
known
power struggle.
I've
for
always
sure.
known that she had secrets. I just didn't know that she wasn't sharing them with anybody.
I just want to know.
Isn't
what
that the
they
point of
are.
a secret?
No.
Not sharing them.
A secret is something you tell only one person.
So they identified the anomalies. She goes out to the theater. She finds the computer. Tells Bernard.
While Bernard's at
Teresa's.
Right,
I
I
was just
wonder-
like, how does she
She's-
get out of this one?
I want to know because, like,
She's
what
like-
did he say? Because he was telling her that she
Right.
should be aware that Ford.
It's like,
is like
I just wanted you to know that.
Never mind.
I saw him peeing while talking on the phone. That's weird, right? Okay, bye.
Right? Like, how did he
Weird, right?
escape that?
And then she's
taken.
Something happened.
Yeah.
Yeah. A, was it a host? B, is there some secret person on the park? C, I don't know. I have so many.
I don't think it was a
D,
host.
call Liam Neeson.
So, you just brought up a really interesting theory.
Yeah.
Are there people in the park? Off the grid?
I think maybe there are.
Oh, like
Actual
like not
people.
guests.
Like not hosts, but like
yeah.
people.
And not guests, yeah. I think maybe there are. Because they have,
Yeah,
there's
it's a
got to be
very-
somebody
it's a
in
very good
cahoots with Teresa doing stuff.
Like, yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, clearly somebody was able to set up
Either
that
that
transmitter
or-
without logging anything.
Either that or Arnold's not really dead.
That's possible too.
You heard it here, folks.
We've been saying Arnold isn't dead ever since
I
we
know,
heard
but
about
I
Arnold.
just keep having second thoughts. I keep going back and forth, and I really don't know.
I think what I said last time was that I believe. Why am I justifying what my beliefs are by what they used to be? This is how we get like. Ugh.
So,
Yeah.
we've like walked through the whole episode. I don't really think we need to sit here and be like, let's predict stuff.
Yeah.
But we already
We've
know.
thrown out
That
a
was
few
episode
theories.
6. Like, we're moving.
We've
We're
thrown out
moving.
a few theories. I do love Maeve. She's now
Yeah.
one of my top characters.
I was just gonna say, let's do a quick top 3 and bottom 3.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's been what, like probably like since episode 2, I think we did it.
I think episode 1 even.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
quick. I mean, we've a lot of stuff has changed.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
Elsie and Maeve.
I was just gonna do Jonathan.
Oh, sorry.
And Jessica. Jessica, who's your favorite? Just number 1.
I'm going to say Maeve right now, honestly. I really love how tenacious she is and how
Yeah.
she's really going after her answers and stuff like that, and she doesn't care what anybody else thinks. And now she's got this super intelligence, so I'm really excited to see where her character is going to go.
Post bulk back.
Yes. Yes.
What about who's your favorite?
Oh, I mean, it's gotta be William.
William?
Like, I just relate to everything he's ever done so profoundly that I can't say it's not him.
Yeah. Is it stuff he does or like just like
It's everything. It's his view on life, view on the park, his breaking points, like everything. I'm like, yeah, I'm right there with you. The only thing is like he did end up making out with Dolores, even
Yeah.
though he has a fiance, and I'm just like,
that's what I was gonna say.
Maybe not that part, but everything else.
Maybe he's not that attached to his fiance.
You
Brian.
should probably be real attached to your fiance.
I would hope so.
Yeah, Brian. What's going on here? What
I like Elsie.
Elsie's your number 1?
Just because, like, at the beginning of the show, Bernard was like my favorite because he's like the analytical type, and Elsie is like in the real world. Don't get me wrong, Maeve is also very analytical now, especially that they boosted her perception to like 20 or whatever. She seems a little bit more pure than Bernard. Bernard, I mean, obviously nobody's perfect in the show.
He's got some secrets, I think, for sure.
Bernard, throughout
he's
episode 1, he was like he seems very pure.
Yeah,
but like, throughout
he seemed like very like
he's holding
also
something
very
back.
very
it's
scientific.
getting a lot
about
more
it.
hierarchical. Almost like
Yeah.
that. He's like chain of command sometimes when it comes to him being like, don't
And
do that.
Now he's
I lost some respect when he started getting with Teresa. So
Yeah.
like, that kind of muddled my opinion of him.
It knocked him up.
I was like, oh, Bernard.
Yeah.
Anyone
do
but
that.
her.
No, not anyone. Not Sizemore. Can you imagine Bernard and Sizemore?
That would be weird.
Power couple.
I'd just be like, just constantly. But funnily enough, Maeve is my second and Elsie's my third.
Yeah, I'd say Elsie's probably my favorite.
Elsie would be my second, and then I don't know. I do like Dolores, but
I like Dolores too.
Yeah, Dolores is really cool.
I don't know if she's fourth or fifth.
yeah,
for
I
me.
don't know where she really lies.
Jessica,
made some interesting
Yes.
you have Maeve, then Elsie. You said you're second. Who's your third?
I think it's a toss-up between Dolores and Bernard. Oh, you know what? I kind of like Ford, but he's got too many questions surrounding
Ford
him.
is getting really funky.
Yeah, I think there's he's not
Funky Ford.
There's too many questions surrounding him.
I'm gonna put Dolores.
Yeah, I think it is Dolores
because I feel
right
like you're
now.
needing more.
Oh yeah.
And Brian, who's your 2 and 3?
Bernard is still in my top 3. So it would probably be Elsie, Maeve, and Bernard.
And Bernard. Yeah, for me, I think I kind of find Dolores is like kind of the middle of the pack for me too. She's just like, she's definitely not my top 3 at this point, and it's like,
Well, she's at the bottom of mine, so.
yeah. All right, so who's your least favorite? I think almost all you guys want to put Teresa and Sizemore in those.
So hold on, are we talking least favorite, like least fun to watch, or least favorite, like
No.
boo
No.
hiss, throw tomatoes?
Boo hiss, throw tomatoes.
Okay,
because
gotcha.
they're all
They're
fun
all
to
fun
watch.
to
Yeah,
watch.
they are all amazing.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about the actor. I'm talking about the character.
Gotcha.
I think saying Teresa, Logan, Sizemore would be too much of a cop-out, but definitely Teresa and Logan. I don't know if I really hate Sizemore all that much.
Yeah, I don't really hate him.
He is kind of harmless. He doesn't really do anything except just like he consistently just gets like shit on. He writes this huge thing and Ford's like,
no,
yeah, that shit. I don't want to do that.
I would definitely have to say Teresa as well, but I'm also gonna put, I don't remember his name, the Asian guy's partner.
Oh,
Sylvester.
Yeah. Oh,
I
Sylvester.
don't
Sylvester
like
is,
him
Sylvester
at
is
all.
all shit. And he was also semi-necrophiliac.
Yes.
Not really. I mean, like an
Yes.
android feet, like
multiple of them are
Yeah.
necrophiliacs now.
But he was caught in the act.
So
Elsie's made out with Clementine while she was off.
Sylvester is a piece of shit.
He's a total.
Would he be
piece
in your
of
bottom 3?
Yeah.
Teresa, Logan, and Sylvester?
Yeah.
Oh
For
yeah,
me-
Logan is a piece of shit. Is he even alive anymore? We don't know.
That's a
Yeah.
good question.
End of the last episode, he did get abducted by the Confederados.
Yeah, he did. They left him there.
So Logan's definitely number 1 for me.
He's William
Because
Davis's.
William's your favorite.
Honestly, I can't think
It's
of
like it's...
I can't think of a better reason than that. William's my favorite, and also Logan is the one that I have repeatedly wished death upon. So, I mean, I'm not a hateful person usually in
And
real
then
life.
second-
Second, honestly, I'm not sure after Logan. It's some sort of salad between Teresa, Sylvester, and Sizemore. I think I want to say Sizemore just because he's second place for Death Wishes. And then third, I'm going to say Teresa. I really don't like Sylvester, but she's just scarier. And honestly, if we were going to 5, I think Ford would be in there.
Yeah, Ford is...
Because
I just find it interesting that none of us even mentioned, like, in our top 3, bottom 3, because we have no idea what the hell he's doing.
Yeah, he's
the Man in Black.
plays...
No, I'm saying the Man in Black.
Yeah, I don't
Nobody
know what
mentioned.
to think about him.
Nobody mentioned the Man in Black as in a
You're
top 3
right.
or bottom 3
I don't know
because
what
we
to
have
think
no
about
idea
him.
what the hell he's doing.
I don't know if he's good or bad. I don't know.
I mean, he raped Dolores in like the first episode.
Yeah, that's bad.
Yeah,
but
that's bad.
or did he
Oh yeah, he did scalp
after
someone.
torturing him.
Yeah.
Did he actually rape her though? Was he trying to find out some information inside her? Like,
I think he raped her.
I'm pretty sure he raped her.
yeah, like he's a piece of shit too. But
Yeah,
like,
I know,
what if
but
what if
I
he's
kinda
actually
like
like,
him at
what
the
if he's
same
actually
time.
like the good guy of the whole show? He's actually trying to do something good.
Well, that's not the first time we've talked about that.
That's
actually.
true. That's true.
Like I always go back to like even if he's trying to do something really well, he's doing evil things. But then your counter argument was like, what if he's just completely emotionally distanced himself from the hosts because he's accepted that they're not real? And I was like, that's a good point, Brian. So yeah, we have no idea.
I don't know. I feel the same way.
What
about
if he's
Ford,
Neo?
though. I kind of feel the same way about Ford, though. I don't know if his intentions for the park are evil and selfish, or I mean, I think they're selfish. But
Has anyone changed recently? Like, has anyone's motives changed?
I mean, people are being messed with, at least. I don't know.
Honestly, at this point,
The
I would
host-
trust
the
the Man
host's
in Black.
motives have been changed, but that's not.
At this
their own
point,
fault.
I would trust the Man in Black more than Ford.
Yeah,
we've done
his
just because we know more about the
and
Man
his
in
goal
Black.
really hasn't like changed
At all, yeah.
He's just like, since he's been here, he's been like, what's the bigger game? I'm gonna win the bigger game.
I think Ford is almost a more mysterious character than Arnold. Even though we know his last name, we see him on screen all the time, but we have no idea what he's doing at
Well,
any
and
given
he's
moment.
got this like grand plot that the season is apparently building towards.
Yeah.
Maybe not even this season. Maybe it's his
Right.
grand plot will continue on past this season.
Could
but
be.
like, yeah, no, he's the biggest question mark. So yeah, neither of our top or bottom threes were Ford or the Man in Black.
I think, I don't know if they even want to hear this, but I think my top three at this point, I think my number one is Maeve.
Yeah.
My number two is Lawrence.
Aw, yeah.
I
fun.
like Lawrence. Just feel like there's so much about his character that I really like.
He's
just
always
appreciate.
so calm and collected and
Sorry,
witty.
too much coffee.
And then my number three would probably be Bernard. And then my bottom is it's pretty the same as you guys. I think my least favorite is Logan. And then I don't know why I would even put Sizemore in my bottom though, because like I truly agree. He's just kind of like he's just there.
Yeah.
Like he's just
certainly
there.
not threatening at all. He's just
entertaining
really
to watch.
irritating.
And he's irritated.
Well, but then in the same point, like in my bottom three, we had what's his name?
Teresa, Logan, Sylvester.
Sylvester's
Sylvester's
also
kind
just
of
kind of
there.
there too.
Yeah.
But I just feel like
he's
a
a
he's slimy. He's slimy.
slime ball. Yeah.
Not only is Sylvester, I think, a worse person than Sizemore, but he
Yeah.
also has more power. Like, he actually can fuck over some of the other characters, whereas Sizemore thinks he can, but he's
Figuratively
wrong.
and literally.
He writes the scripts, but it's other people that actually have to program and set the levels and
And approve it to begin with, yeah.
I think my least favorite would be Logan, then Sylvester, and then this is gonna. God, I don't want to draw a conflict here. I am not
Elsie?
a huge fan of Teddy.
Oh, that's fine.
Oh, I love Teddy.
I don't know why he's in your bottom three, but I'm
even
not,
after this
offended.
episode, because this episode, Teddy actually kind of moved up in mine a little bit.
So
I'm actually
here's my
really
here's
bored
my
by
only-
Teddy.
This is why. All right, I think there is a Teddy, like a pre-Teddy and a post-Teddy, and it's weird, but it happened. Pre-Teddy, I hated, and then Ford gave him his backstory, and I liked Teddy after that. So it's almost like
like I said,
he has to
he's more
make way
interesting
for
now
it.
than he was.
He has to make way for me disliking him before. He's like working his way up my
Okay.
ranks. Like if you would have asked me a
He
couple
had no
episodes
purpose
ago,
before.
if you would ask me exactly, which I was like, why is this character here?
To die.
To
To die, and that's such
Which
a
is
cop
why I
out.
felt so bad for him. I was like, oh, poor Teddy.
But yeah, I'll probably get flack for that, but it's okay.
No,
I'm
no,
a
I
Lannister.
kind of see where you're
I
coming
like
from.
Teddy.
Yeah.
So at least they think I'm Lannister. Yeah, we've had a good discussion. We've been
Yeah.
going for 29 minutes.
Yes.
Woo.
So
That's a decent amount of
yeah,
footage.
that's a good place to stop.
Yeah,
So.
and we got another whole episode to watch too. Another episode right now.
Yeah.
Not for you guys, though.
We're gonna cut it.
You have to
obviously.
wait.
These violent delights have violent ends.
That's it. Bye, guys.